don't know what the role is, what their role is, what is valuable they're saying to us. We don't want to be on the streets talking and for the week to take our voice out and nobody to hear about it. We will disperse after this. Everybody's going home to their own responsibilities. We need results. We need to hold our legislators responsible. They are there to serve the people, not to fund tiny success of the small bill that they might be bringing to the table at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's not all. They are there to represent us. We have to protect our children. We have to protect family values. And we have to hold responsible Washington, D.C. for placing one person that seems to have exhausted his knowledge. I have Dr. Fauci, who said if we reach 76% vaccinating the population, we should be allowed our business and take care of the education workers. They're contributing their own findings and their own knowledge. So we cannot trust them. I'm not here to tell you what you don't know. I'm here to first of all, thank you. Fear plays huge factor. Look at us, it's only you. I was at the funeral of a 15-year-old black son of a mother the other day. This is real. We're in the city of Rochester. The poverty and the neglect that is occurring here in the city is so painful. They took the funding from schools 3 years ago, those people. These kids don't have help. They don't have anybody to turn to in their homes. Yes, to work for us, for these mandates. Yes, this is the foundation of democracy in this country. Yes, it's very important to also acknowledge the differences between suburbs and the city. The citizens are confused and probably very scared. As being a Jewish community in Brighton, because we just went through severe anti-Semitic outcome by a town-board survey member. Where are the ethics? Who's going to stand up and speak up for our children?
Let's go and touch an angel. Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear her speak? There's too much wind.
Life is not to be valued by financial
60 miles.
Santa
I'm trying to block it with my hand.
and said that he's fighting anti-Semitism. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Senator? In
All right,
this
y'all.
loving world, who happen to be African American, black women, color does not speak, people. That is important to us first, and how to sustain the values. Life matters. And unfortunately, we can't go to that basic level. We're sacrificing people, somebody's children, it could be mine. He's only 31 years old. It's time for us to understand that young people are coming through to serve in larger capacity because they're well equipped to do so. Do your homework, let us put our emotions at ease and let us do our homework. Let us choose the best person. There's no right or wrong. Things happen once they enter. Let us choose the best person so we can somehow, even if we surface from this funny situation to some kind of stability, we'll be better off than where we are today. He will hold them responsible as he has. Since he entered Congress and Senate and the military, he signed his life off. His father was a police officer and he died when he was very young. This is all about legality. You can go and see tomorrow and see what he stands for. Everyone stands against spending. Of all kinds. Today I again want to thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Trust in the future. We trust each other. The people that we will be successful and we will hold it responsible. Children. May God bless you all.
harder to hear over here. Look at all the children, the kids, men, women. All right, I could hear better in the front.
I suggest you guys get a bus, go to, and go in with us. We'll make the stop here on the way to Albany. And we go to Albany on the day that legislation begins again with all of our senatormen and senators in office, because they're there right now. So we'll make it ready to get there the day that they're there, and we have a huge rally protest. Is it going to stop anything? Probably not, but they're going to see that we're watching, and we're taking account, and we know who's up for re-election. And we're going to work our hardest to make sure that if you follow these mandates, you will not be in office again. And that is the long and short of it. Does that mean that you get to take some time off? Absolutely not. There's a quote that says the price of liberty is eternal vigilance. And I say this everywhere I go. It doesn't mean the price of liberty is a week long of protesting. The price of liberty is the next election. It's not true, because even though we have a red wave, there's always the possibility that the next election we get taken away from us again. It's eternal vigilance. And we have to make the decision today that we will never give up, that we will constantly fight for our election. One election is not going to do it. It's a lifetime of vigilance, because we the people are the ones who are supposed to be the monitors of what goes on in the United States of America. So if you know everybody out here today, you guys always come down and join us in Buffalo. So I think I see a couple of my, Buffalo gals right there. Thanks for coming, girls. And we're going to support you. You support us. Let's be united. Go this time, right?
All right, so I just want to let everybody know that this year coming, okay, is a very important election. Every single assembly seat in New York State is up. So if you do not like what's going on, if you don't like these laws, if you don't like the fact that our elected officials are not standing up for us, you need to get out and you need to get active. Okay? Find out, and I got some assets here for you. Check out my Facebook and my Twitter and stuff. And there's a little link there, and that'll link you to all the different resources so you can figure out who is your specific assembly person. And it'll also give you a link to where you can look up legislation that's out there. So right now, if you don't know who your assembly person is, you need to find out. You need to find out, because the assembly is the legislative body of the state that passes the laws. There's a couple of bills right now that people are very concerned about. One bill, look it up, write it down, put it in your phone. Bill A416. Okay? A416. Look it up. It gives the government the right to come to your house and snatch you or your kids out of your house and intern you for an indefinite time. Okay? They don't even have to give you a lawyer unless they decide that they might want to after 10 days. Okay? You need to, like, it sounds like, oh, well, that sounds like craziness. No, this is an actual bill that is actually in the assembly right now. Okay? My assembly person right now is Demond Meeks. His office is right up the street. Okay? I called him the other day. I said, listen, I want to know where you stand on this bill. Okay? I got one of his aides. His aide said the guy will get back to me. They said, oh, the legislative person will get back to you, the legislative aide. I don't want to talk to the legislative aide. I want to talk to the person who is my representative in the assembly. Okay? The legislative aide does all the clerking, they research all the bills and stuff like that. But that's not what I want.
brothers out
I
here.
want to know if he even knows what's in the contents of this. Because the fact of the matter is the majority of our assembly people and the majority of our people in the Senate and the majority of the people in Congress do not know what is in these bills that they are signing. That's right. We have to look up these bills. We have to understand what's forcing them, and we have to tell them that we don't want this. We don't want to be snatched out of our homes. We don't want them to intern us without lawyers or representation or even letting anybody know where we're gone. Make it make sense, y'all. Okay? Then we've got another bill, which is one of the things that prompted this whole week of action for the children, which is Bill A8378. That's Assembly Bill A8378. And that forces all children that are attending public schools and some private schools that get funding from the state, and daycare, right? No, don't forget the daycare. And daycare to put those cocktails inside of their bodies, whether or not the parents want that. Now, here's the scary part about that. We all know that this is very impactful to the working class and to the lower class people in our nation, because they don't have the resources to pay for private school. They don't have the resources to pay for private daycare, okay? But this is supposed to be a representative republic where the government is run by the people, so you need to reach out to all of your legislature people, okay? So if you... Mandates for private schools too? Mandates for private schools too. Okay. So, one of the scariest things in there is that in the legislation, it actually says that they're doing this so they can get money from the state. But they didn't even hide that it's about money. They didn't even hide it. It's not about health. It's not about public welfare. It's about money. That's what all of this is about, okay, among some other things which we're not going to talk about. But it's about money mostly. We need to make sure that they're working to take the money out of the equation, and then we'll see how quick stuff changes. But we've got to stand up, okay? So I'm going to welcome our next speaker up right now. We've got Mr. Luis. Where you at, brother? All right. He's going to tell us about some of the stuff that he's experienced in life and why liberties and freedoms that are experienced in America are like none anywhere else in the world, and why we should be standing up right now, because we see the creep of authoritarian government with this socialism and communism that is indoctrinated into our children in the schools.
I would
We see it being
one day,
pushed on the TV
but you know,
and the media,
I'm gonna
and
go
it's
way
time
left
that
with
we
it.
stand up.
No, I'll keep it on the understanding level.
Buenas tardes, all of you who have come out to root and support your individual freedom. Now, my talk today will be about each of you. Each of you are the divine, sovereign individual. And we are each of us, again as a group, fighting against something that I refer to as collectivism. Collectivism comes in many forms. You've heard of communism, socialism, fascism. They're all the same thing. Fundamentally, they affect you as divine, sovereign individuals. My story is that I escaped from Cuba, rather my parents sent me to the United States from Cuba alone. Now, why did they do that? First of all, I am a legal immigrant. I have a passport that I can show you from Cuba to come to the United States. I had a visa thanks to Dwight Eisenhower. Yeah, he used to be president. President Eisenhower created a program for Cuban refugees to come to the United States legally, and we were part of that. Make a long story short, now my entire extended family from Cuba has immigrated to the United States. Each one of them, one at a time, legally. Now there are 4 generations of us from my mother all the way down to great-grandchildren. We all came here legally. Okay? So I'll talk about that a little bit more later. The point is that what were we running from? We were escaping the form of collectivism, which doesn't matter if you want to call it socialism or communism, it's all the same. It affects you all the same way, which is that you have absolutely no individual rights whatsoever as you do here in the United States. Notice that we're being invaded by people across the southern border who are escaping from something. So they're coming here, and yet we're told by the woke that we are a racist country, that we're white supremacists, that we are evil, that we're horrible, and yet we're being invaded by people who are escaping something real. We are the best nation in the world. We're exceptional. I have given a lot of speeches about we are the best in the world. And to quote someone else, we are the only nation that was founded on a creed. That creed is that there is a higher power, and that we can have a direct relationship to that higher power, and that we are ultimately responsible to that higher power, not to some collectivist, bureaucrat, or regulator in our little project. Our first relationship and responsibility is to our Creator. And our Constitution names that Creator, and that's unique in the world.
That's right.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about three things. One is, I started talking about immigration, the fact that we have an illegal invasion right now. The second one is going to be about critical race theory and SEL, and you heard a couple of things about that. And the third one is going to be about the mandates that we're talking about. So I'll take we are suffering an invasion of our borders that is being aided and abetted by the highest powers in our nation now. Elected and also unelected regulators in our power. The United States of America, think of this, the United States of America is the only nation in the world that tolerates 22 million and increasing 22 million illegal aliens within its borders. No other nation tolerates a number of people like that who are here illegally. No one else does. So why are we so stupid? Well, because there are a number of people, we're not stupid at all, there are a number of people who think they know better than we do. And they gotta understand this about prejudice. The difference between us, each one, is that they actually believe fervently, sincerely, and passionately that they know what's better for you.
This is it's right.
And that's where we part company right there. They fundamentally and sincerely believe that they know what's best for you. So right now they believe that's what's best for you is to let anybody who wants to come here just come here and run over and make your citizenship invalid. Make your rights and privileges that you have gained as a result of being born in the United States or as a result of being naturalized in the United States.
I'd be in the zone doing something.
That all that doesn't matter. What really matters is to be invaded by all these people so that they can eventually vote like they're doing in New York City. In New York City, the mayor has decided that 800,000 illegal aliens can vote in the next election. That's a mandate that he's putting through, and we have to stand up to that because what happens in New York City definitely affects us here in Rochester, New York. So the point is that we have to pay attention to things like that, but they've made it clear that these illegal aliens, in fact, can usurp all your power, usurp all your privilege, usurp all the things that you have, that our ancestors have died for. They have died on that hill for us to be able to, as the privilege of being U.S. citizens, to be able to vote. And they said, no, that doesn't matter. We're going to let 800,000 illegal aliens in New York City vote for the next election. And that's an actual fact going on right now. We have to stand up to that. So we have to be cognizant that what's going on at the borders is a massive human trafficking event, aided and abetted by the highest people in Washington, D.C. How can that happen in the United States? Because we're letting them. And frankly, I need to know why, for example, the governor of Texas hasn't built a national guard across the southern border.
Right.
I don't understand. I know a lot about that southern border because my first trip to Mexico on business was in 1973, and my last one was when I installed a payroll system in Corona Brewing Company in Mexico in Spanish. I know a lot about Mexico. And let me tell you, each time that I crossed the border from Texas to Mexico, 7 years ago I was working there, I had to show my paperwork to the Mexicans, and they're standing there with long rifles and helmets. So I do not dare try to cross that border without showing them my papers. As a U.S. citizen, going to work to Mexico every day, 5 days a week until I got the project done. I understand how Mexico works. I understand how Canada works for the same reason that I used to work in Canada. My point is, why is it that we allow anybody and everybody to come to the United States without paperwork? That is false, that is fraudulent, that is illegal, and we gotta stop that. Okay, that's immigration. The second topic, critical race theory and its derivatives, whatever you want to call it, social emotional learning. I have, some people know that I have written a lot on that topic, CRT, it's a topic, there are so many topics I have to concentrate my attention on. CRT, critical race theory. You can see me afterwards and I can email you a 5-page bibliography, single-spaced, decades of documentation and articles were written by Black Americans and by Hispanic Americans, by Asian Americans, totally opposed to CRT, the critical race theory and
Gotta do
CL.
jumping jacks.
And so I'd like to be learning more and more about that particular topic, and I can help you, or help you in your school, or help your child, or help you even look at the assignments that you're turning at home, because CRT is the most racist thing I have ever witnessed in my 60 years of living in the United States of America. CRT is horribly racist. Why? CRT says that all you white people have to sit down, shut up, and let us, people of color, that's what they call me, let us reach our potential. That is racist. That is white supremacy. They're complaining that we are white supremacists, but in fact they are the white supremacists. They're the ones that say that the white man has to stand down in order for the other person to agree. That is fraudulently racist. I can't use the words, I would have to use 400 words to describe how I feel about that topic, but that's exactly what they're doing. They are the white supremacists who are, if somebody they're going to say in your church, in your place of work, in your school, tell them to talk to me. I will make that person struggle, because that is the white supremacists right there. Charlatans. I can't stand it when they do that. And they actually get paid to do that. I can't stand it. The third topic is the one that you'll hear about, which is the mandates. The mandates are able to take place because there is censorship. So the censorship and the cancel culture does not allow medical information that is contrary to all the propaganda being spewed out by woke media. Those woke media are canceling. Even institutions are canceling. You know that if you're a physician or a PhD or a biologist or something, and you write a grant that you're trying to get funded to do research, against anything work, you will not get that money. Matter of fact, you'll be bounced out of that institution. That is going on as we speak. There's an organization called FAIR, F-A-I-R. It's a national institution. Go look it up. F.A. It's called the Foundation Against Intolerance and Racism. Look it up. It's a national organization that's fighting things
Rochester,
like
New York.
woke medicine. It's fighting things like woke music. Believe it or not, classical music is the woke people are canceling classical music. Why? Because it doesn't fit. So this third topic, which is the mandates, we have to stand up against those mandates, because what are they? They are a form of collectivism. Remember, the overarching structure of all this that we're suffering is collectivism. Their idea, the woke idea, that they know what's best for you and you don't know what's good for you, they have to tell you, okay? So, I'll finish with that and I'll just say, well, what do we do now? Well, this is a start, but each of you has a school, each of you has a church, each of you has a group of associates, friends, family. Go see them, tell them what you see here, tell them the people you see here, tell them the kinds of people that are writing and speaking about this topic, and it's support those people. Like I said, if you want to know what my list looks like, just go see me and I'll send you information. My point is that we need to get together, stand up. We need to keep doing this everywhere, in our schools, in our Board of Educations, in our churches. Yes, in our churches, believe it or not. So we have to stand up to it.
Mr.
I'll
Trump
give you
is
one more
big
note,
deal. Share it.
and then I'll leave you with that, which is here's the example. There's a very famous high school here in Rome, Clement High School, and there is a famous So he came here recently in the last several weeks, and he came to do a presentation at the high school, and he was going to do a significant donation
The
to
trolls,
that
they share
high
to the troll page.
But what happened?
That's what they do every
During the
time.
time that this
It'll go up to
alumni
hundreds.
had been away from here, the high school went broke. And then when he came and he spoke to the
Perfect example
of parents
right
and
there.
students, the principal of the high school wrote an apology to the parents of the school, because this man who came back, an alumnus of that high school, came back as a conservative, and he, the master of the school, thought that everybody would be offended by this, and basically rebuked the speaker, and basically kicked him out with all the wokeness, right? Well, that man has written an article in a conservative magazine, and it's going to be highly influential. If you want to know what that is, I'll tell you later. So the point is that this man is an example of what can be done and must be done. By the way, that man is also retracting the 7-figure donation that he's going to make to that house for being built. So thank you very much. Buenas tardes, secretario de Consejo. Mucho gusto.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
So,
Very good. Awesome.
we need to recognize that in America, we've been granted liberties, rights, and freedoms by our founding documents. The Bill of Rights is crucial and integral, but if we don't stand up for our Bill of Rights, our religious freedoms, we saw that they shut down all the churches, did we not? We saw that, they put us in
Talking shit.
church.
This guy's
Who the hell
talking
is
shit.
they are to tell us we can't go to church? Okay, I just want to know, excuse my language, but I just want to know, okay? Can't go to synagogue, can't go to mosque, make it make sense.
And refuse to get vaccinated because you think this is horseshit. And people are dying all the fucking time, all over the city. Bullshit.
It's flu season.
Keep watching CNN. How many shots you got now? Look at you. You got 2 masks on, 4 shots.
Tired of this shit.
Yeah.
Listen. Listen. You could just go about your day. Don't worry about it. Why stress yourself out?
I'm going to be taking care of you.
With how? How are you going to take care of anybody? Listen, I've never worn a mask and been all over this country. All right? I don't do any vaccines. I don't eat meat. How's your diet? How's your diet? You're worried about your health. How's your diet? You know, listen, I know people that die too. All right? Exactly. Eat healthy. It's about eating healthy, be healthy, stay away from pharmaceutical drugs.
The bottom line is,
You could just keep walking.
This is a rally about unity and stopping the division. It's not here to have a. It's not here to have a debate. You listen.
Says who? The news?
Listen.
I work there.
Okay.
Says the
and
news?
that's
With
great.
it every day.
Says the news? You know it was overwhelmed in 2017 and 2018? We're just talking.
Thank you.
What rules? Take it easy. We're all tired. Follow the rules. Like, what are you talking about? Follow the rules.
I could dispose of them.
No, I just want to ask him a question. That's all. Just gotta calm down.
Should we give him a hug?
Yeah.
Probably flip the fuck out.
He believes what he's being propagated to believe. I mean, that's the problem. He's believing. He's following. He's drinking the Kool-Aid. Yeah. Right. He doesn't realize he's talking to people that were actually working in the place. Right. goes out.
Our God-given right for safe and color, to stand for our children, and to stand for what we believe. It's going to stop. We're not going to let them keep taking that from us.
That's right.
The times that I've been to Albany, and we've protested, and we've elected other officials, sure, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to. Especially when you listen to the media. Especially when you listen to the naysayers that tell you don't have a chance. You know why? Because they constantly plant that negativity to you. It's a propaganda, is what it is. It's propaganda. I have met several wonderful, God-fearing people in this state of New York that still believe in the process that's in place. You have to go out and vote no matter what. You have to. The people that run for these offices put themselves out there. Put their families out there. You have to support them. Today, ladies just spoke in regards to Mr. Sullivan. He's another brother. There's also Mr. Giuliani. There's also Derek Gibson. There's also Rob Astorino. There's myself, Mike Carpinelli. See, I'm not afraid to say to the guys that are running. That's how this process should be.
That's right.
You have to remember that. That's okay. I'm saying my name loud and clear, so a lot of other people in the state of New York. So, folks, my background, again, like I said, I'm not just a police officer. I'm also a former United States Army service member. I served our country, not in battle. I served our country. I strongly believe in the oath of office when I took it. That's the United States Constitution, the oath that I swore to. Not the New York State Constitution, not the Washington, D.C. Constitution, but the United States Constitution of America. There are politicians out there that have raised their hand, put their hand on the Bible, and taken that up. But as we've seen, they've forgotten it.
Yep.
And who else do they forget after a little while? They forget you. They forget you. We, the people. They're not the government. We, the people, are the government.
That's right.
Do not bend the knee to these mandates. Do not bend the knee to these executive orders. And God help us all. Do not bend the knee when it comes to your children.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a jacket today for two gentlemen. This goes back 8 years ago during the SAFE Act. I should say the Unsafe Act. You see what it says in the back? The Tyranny Response Team.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're up against today is a tyranny. It's not government. It's not we the people. It's not the process. You're being told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and how long you're going to do it.
Makes no sense.
Let me hear the crowd say today, we're not going to do it.
We're not gonna do it.
As your candidate for governor, I will not, ever, use that executive order against the people. I will not usurp the authorities and the power under the Constitution. There's two houses that get together that decide what's going to happen in the
Does
state
that look
of
like
New York
8
and
people,
that
dumb
process
fuck?
works.
Sorry.
Does not
Sorry.
legislate from that seat. A governor doesn't rule from that seat. What a governor does is that he leads from that seat. He respects from that seat the people. And number one of all, he answers to the people in the state. Not just to the Senate, not just to the Assembly.
Trolls us up now.
Answer to you. We haven't had that in many, many years. Not at all. Now, people back in my county, in Lewis County, that I answer to, they'll tell you. I have not enforced one of these mandates. I have not enforced any of the
You know how to stop the
executive orders,
trolls?
and I will not,
Watch this, guys.
against the people that
Take that, trolls. Now you can comment all you want.
do not be afraid to assemble. Do not be afraid to go to your school board meetings and stand up. Now, yes, police officer, but I can tell you right now,
What's good, YouTube?
I would never.
I was just talking to the trolls. I just blocked all the comments, so they're furious right now.
Church members, one of my school board, parent teachers association, whatever you go to, do not let them tell you to leave. You have a right to be there. You are not creating any kind of violent environment. You're not hurting anybody. You want your voice heard, and you have a right to have that done. Do it. Do not let them talk you out of there. There's civil disobedience. How come the other side can constantly civil disobedience against law enforcement? Block streets, turn over police cars, break windows, businesses, attack you in the street? But you as a group here today, you gather peacefully, and somebody will come along from some administration, some city government, and want to give somebody a citation for gathering, especially without a mask or whatever. Stand down. Do not let them do that. Tell those officers to stand down. Tell them to follow their oath. Tell them to protect the people like they're supposed to. The people. Not the criminals. Not the person that's breaking the law. We're supposed to apprehend them. We don't make judgment on that. We apprehend them, and we bring them to give them a fair chance to be represented by what the law's out. That's all. But you, all of you, the people, have a God-given right to stand for each other. And stand for each other's name. Each one of you. Folks, I can't make it any more clear to you than I'll try as best I can. This is not what we're facing in the state of New York coming up next year in November. This is a very serious matter, like it was when we had the presidential election. Who you choose will either be your future, or it's going to be the final nail to the rest of your God-given rights. That's not being, I'm not trying to fearmonger, I'm not trying to scare you.
It's the
I
truth.
want you to be aware.
It's the
I
truth.
want you to look with your eyes wide open. See who's running, see where they come from, see who they really are, where they've worked, what they've done. Look them in the eye, shake their hand, get to know the people that work with them. And then make your choice. This guy right here, walk around Rochester, New York, and ask who I was. Go down to New York City. My family came from Comac, Long Island, and Yonkers, New York. I grew up in Kingston. Ask people in Kingston what our family reputation was, what we did. They'll tell you, look at my county, say, no, hey, let them have their voice, guys. Listen, this is what the United States is about. Whether we like it or not, they still have the right to have their voice heard.
Yeah.
But they don't have the right to hurt anybody, to damage your property, or threaten your life. Remember that. I'll wrap it up here. I am looking for your support in a primary in June in this state. Do not then tell you there's only one candidate out there. There's not. There's 5 of us. You, the people, should make the choice who the candidate is going to be, not the top leaderships of the party. That's following the Constitution. That's following New York State election laws. We have a primary that'll be in June. We as candidates will be out circulating petitions to sign so we can get on the ballot for a primary in June. Now the top leadership of our party is going to try to make that go away. You people aren't going to let that happen. You're going to stop that. You're going to make that choice. Not a convention pick, not a convention nominee. You make that choice. I want to wish all of you, and I love to say this because I answer to one person in my heart, and that's God the Father Almighty. In Jesus Christ, I'm not afraid to say that. I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. Stay safe.
safe, stay healthy, be smart, use your common sense. Do not use fear, use faith.
Yes.
Rely upon each other, not upon your government.
That's right.
Take care.
Right.
God bless everybody. Thank
Right.
you.
All right, you guys. So, the reason why we're doing this at Liberty Pole is more than just the significance of Liberty Pole in and of itself. It's the fact that there are not enough people in the city that are being active to stand up for our liberties and freedoms. People do not see people actively coming into the city and standing up. There are many people, the majority of the people that live in the city don't even want any of what's happening to us to be going on. They don't want their liberties stripped away. They don't want to be forced to be put masks on their face. They don't want the kids to be masked. They don't want their kids being taught sexual education and anal sex and oral sex in elementary school. They don't want these things. But they don't see anybody in the city speaking up. And that's one of the real serious issues. The surrounding areas and stuff, we see it, but in the actual city, we don't see it. And we can see how many wonderful people came out today, which is awesome because it's windy, okay, and many of you traveled to get here, so thank you all. Thank you. And we appreciate you all for coming out, and it just goes to show that people are willing still to come to Rochester and stand up in Rochester. Now, while I would have liked more people that are from the city, especially more harshly impacted and more economically impacted neighborhoods and communities to come out here, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be predominantly impacted by this stripping away of their liberties and freedoms, because they don't have any way to provide for themselves outside of what the government is subsidizing.
Right.
It's a problem because now they're trying to take away jobs. They're already kicking people out. They're getting rid of religious exemptions. They're forcing the children to comply with everything that they do on a daily basis. And a lot of people that I know are now homeschooling because of that. So you got a lovely lady that's about to come up, and she's going to tell you a little bit about why she thinks that it's important to stand up for our liberties and freedoms, and that more people in the city should actually come out and speak up about issues that are important, like schooling and things like that.
A mother, an educator, an activist, a villager. You know, and I'm out here, as my brother said, you know, a lot of the people in the inner city are not out here, and sometimes they're not even able because of a plethora of reasons, right? Like institutional racism, like poverty, like the extreme gun violence that's going on in our city, people, or the drugs that's going through our city, and so forth, right? Now, also, I'm going to speak to you through a lens as an original woman, as a woman of color, going and being in this system, and being my children in this system, and I see what's going on, and I understand what's going on, and I removed my children from this system in 2019. You understand? I seen it all coming. I don't call it a pandemic. I refer to it as the plandemic, but I don't even know. That's a different I became conscious. I'm a conscious person. I'm a holistic person. I don't believe in, you know, all that stuff. I believe in a holistic approach to medicine. We're human beings. God put us here for all the plants and herbs that we naturally need on this earth and so forth. But that's my personal belief, and I have the right to, right, as such. But this government that we are under doesn't believe that. And I wanted to stop. My children were, my younger one were partially vaccinated, and I stopped when I became more conscious. And in 2019, they repealed religious with exemptions and belief. Right prior to COVID, everything happened for a reason. That's why I really call it a pandemic. But prior to COVID, this was going on. And so they kicked my children out of school, right? And I'm telling you this personally. After they kicked my children out of school, I was filed with a CPS case. A CPS case on my door within a week. Now this was illegally done against me and totally out of stature. How? Because I'm an educator, I know the process, right? I didn't speak to a principal, I didn't speak to a counselor, I didn't speak to The teacher, nothing. It was straight up a CPS case straight on my door, right? And they chose me because this is what the government do when you get out of line, right? I was going up to the school. I went to Albany, all that. I make noise. I fight for anything unjust. I stand up for in this city and in my country. That's what I do. You understand? They are attacking our children, our beautiful children. You don't have the right to tell me what I can put in my children's body or my own. So I seen all of that going on, and so, first of all, I'm an educator, so a fucking, excuse my French, but this is personal to me, but a CPS for educational neglect that you kicked my children out of school for a week, and I didn't speak to anybody, just a straight CPS case. I know how the process goes, but they wanted to use me as an example. They wanted to make me an example. They thought I was going to break down and all. No, I kept fighting. I'm still fighting. That's why I'm here to this day, and more importantly, my people, I'm spreading this message so my people can be aware of what's going on, because they're not, because we, like I said, I stated before, the people in this city are experiencing a plethora of other things. And I'm not making excuses, but that's just what it is in our city. And it's my job, because I am conscious, it's my job to build with you all and unite, right? Because that's really it's about, unity. I'm not going to say that I don't see color, because I do, and I know how color affects people in this country and in this community. So if you say you don't see color, that's what's nonsense. But I believe in the human race and humane, right? We're all human. There ain't no race. The only race is the human race. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm here. And I won't ask the brother the man who said he was running for I'm not backing down. I would never back down. And I'm just here to build with you all, and I want you to know when these people say, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, there are other options. I know it may be extremely hard to homeschool, but if we all come together and pool our resources together, it will be much easier, because the
Sure would.
I'm about to curse again. But the education in this city, the Rochester City School District education is freaking criminal what they're doing to our children.
Oh yeah.
From the false labeling them, these different ADHDs and all that stuff, and the food they eat, to the education that they're actually getting. It's terrible, it's painful to see, and our kids are constantly suffering. And COVID really did a number on our children mentally. I see all of this violence going on, right? Because sometimes, I'm going to be real, in school, they only have those meals to eat, and sometimes they escape from home, you understand, there. And teachers, and even down to the janitors, are really important in our children's lives, and they got that sucked away from them, and they was at home, and who knows what kind of conditions that our children is going through, right? So I'm telling y'all through a real critical lens. Y'all in the city, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all and tell y'all what goes on around the city, and why people, why it's so hard for our people to actually understand, because they trying to figure out where they're gonna eat tonight. Instead of worrying about, oh man, I gotta get my kids this shot, or man, if I can't work, I gotta get this shot so I can go to work and provide for my family. Luckily me, I have means and a way and a hustle to provide, but I don't need no damn government for shit. And I understand that, and I have a man that could provide, and I'm able to stay home and educate my children, you understand? That's a privilege, and so much that I'm thankful for. And a lot of people don't have that privilege, so I'm really here to speak to y'all through a real critical lens, through my lens of what goes around in this city and why my people are out here, right? And I just really wanted y'all to understand that I'm here to build with y'all. If people are here homeschooling, if any mothers here, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be more than welcome to answer y'all. But I just wanted to share just some of the egregious things that these people do to you when you try to speak up for yourself. You understand me? And I'm just doing what I'm a mother. I'm just protecting my children. How dare you say what I could put in my children's body, or what I could teach my children that I birthed, that came out of my womb. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for your time.
If any of you guys are out here shame that more people aren't out here. Because what's going on right now affects everybody. You remember last year people were saying, oh, silent majority, silent this, silent that. Well, now we've got a silent nation that's silent on our rights. Okay? Our rights and our freedoms are going away. They're trying to make us more and more dependent on the government every day. Whether it's real, whether it's made up, or whether they just feel like they want to make you do it. They'll make you do whatever they can coerce you to do. Because that's the history of our nation. I love my country. Don't get it twisted, okay? It's going to be hard-pressed to find somebody that's more patriotic than me. But that doesn't mean that I don't recognize the way that our country has acted and the crimes that it has committed against its own people, okay? There are towns that were on maps that are no longer here because of the way that our government gets down. So when the government tells you that something is good for you, you need to ask them whether it's true. When the government tells you that they want you to do something, you need to ask them, is it for them or for you? Okay? Because these are the questions that we need to ask. Also ask them, where's the money going and who's getting paid? Because that's where the important thing is. So I've got a gentleman who's going to come up and talk real quick. Just about a couple things. Introduce yourself and tell them what you're about.
Thank you, Marcus. My name is Clayton Baker, Dr. Clayton Baker, and I'm a physician.
Hear that, Doc? TikTokers, the doctor.
I'm a practicing physician.
All right. This is for all the TikTokers on here that are just fucking brain dead.
Human beings. I don't give grant money to herd beagles in the Tunisian desert. I don't know about that. Look up Beaglegate and you'll find out what Tony Fauci's all about. But anyway, I'm a doctor who sees patients. Okay? So I want to say a couple of things. I'm going to keep it brief. I got 3 numbers I want you all to think about for a second. 0, 83, and 18,000. Okay, so we're going to play a game. How many children in Monroe County have died of COVID? 0! Mike Mendoza won't tell you that. He was put in front of the county legislature last year. How many kids died of COVID? You know what he said? Not many. These are the people, these are the doctors that are telling you what to do. It's wrong. Okay, second, we got 0 out of the way. How many people have died due to violence in this city this year? 83, according to Jose, and I trust Jose, he knows the numbers. That is a new record for this city. That is disgraceful in this day and age. That is disgraceful. And as the last speaker said, you know, having kids out of school for a whole year, denying them all of the things that school gave them for a full year, that is not good for children. That is terrible for children. That contributes to that. That is a crime that was perpetrated in this city by the people in charge, by the state of New York, by the school districts, period. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. 18,000. What's 18,000? 18,000. There's no other. We've used the other 2, right? So I can't ask that. That is the reported COVID deaths, or not COVID deaths, vaccine-related deaths due to end of year's data. Okay, so it's close to 20,000 now. Okay, I didn't check it this morning, so thank you. That's reported, okay? So, I've got 3 points. Okay, I've got 3 points I want to make too. Number 1, many counties in this state have already stood out and said, we're not following these mandates. Madison County, Rensselaer County, I understand Lewis County, the gentleman who's here before, okay? Your elected officials should be doing the same thing, in my opinion. There is no justification.
This is Rochester, New York, New York State. Rob. Rob Melendez.
The second thing, or the last thing I want to say is this. I'm going to give you all an assignment, okay? Usually when it's a patient, I tell them to get more exercise, okay? But I'm going to tell you guys to do something slightly different today. And you can do it or not. Some of my patients don't exercise, that's okay. But what I recommend that you guys do, and Marcus really put this out before, but I just want to reiterate this. It's great to be here. It's great. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening to these other speakers. You need to get everybody who's in a position of power over you politically on speed dial. Every single one of these people. Who is your county legislator? Who is your mayor? Who is your town supervisor? Who is your county executive? It's Adam Bell. And then who are the unelected bureaucrats that are ruining our lives? Michael Mendoza is one of them. These people, the boards of education, exactly, these people need to be on speed dial.
What's good, Kutch and Angel?
Every time you see something you don't like, you need to send them a message saying, I don't like this, I don't support this, you should not support this, and I will make sure everything in my power, make sure you will not be in that position if you support it. And the thing that I would really focus on, and again, Marcus pointed this out, are those bills to vaccinate these children or kick them out of school. What's his name? Dinowitz. It's Dinowitz. Dinowitz, I don't know his first name, but he is the sponsor of this bill in the state legislature. He should hear from every one of us as soon as we get home. Do not do this to these children. I will tell you there is no justification medically for it. 0 deaths. And they want every single kid. 0 documented deaths. I don't know anywhere, but certainly not in Monroe County. No kid came to school with COVID, gave it to someone, and they died. It hasn't happened in 2 years. And yet to go to school, a 5-year-old child has to get vaccinated. Wrong. That is wrong.
It sure is.
And these people need to know this. They need to know that every day that you don't like this, if you tell your friends that this guy needs 10,000 emails tomorrow, and he needs more than that probably, but that's a good start. So I encourage you to do that. Contact these people. Contact your local people. Be the town supervisor that may not go along with these mandates right now. Call them up and say, you better stand up like these people did in Lewis County, Madison County, Erie County. It was a trial run in Erie County, right, to shut everything down 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Grand Island stood up and said, we ain't doing it. Some of the townships stood up, they ain't doing it. There's precedent. And you know what happened to those people? They're all still in office. All you need to do is have a backbone. You stand up and you say, we don't do it. There's no excuse for our elected officials not to do it. So please do that. Get your elected officials on speed dial. Tell them you don't like it. Please get on that thing and tell Dinowitz and your elected officials, anyone in Albany that will listen, that you will not tolerate this. This is medical coercion. It's wrong. And the last speaker there spoke about how these are our children. How dare you? How dare you? Never even been elected to that position, by the way. She got elected as she stumbled into it when the last guy got voted out. And she is telling you that you will do something to your children you don't want to do. That is wrong.
That's right.
That is medically inconceivable. I'm going to say one other thing. Let me get out. When you talk to your doctors, you ask them questions. And if they say something that doesn't make sense, particularly about your children, you tell them, don't you lie to me.
Yes!
Too many people in my profession have buckled under and have done whatever they're being told to do. You tell them, don't you dare lie to me about my health, and don't you dare lie to me about my children.
That's right.
I ask you all, thank you for listening to me. I'll sit down, but we have to take action. I'll leave you on one good note. Just came out today, well, it probably came out yesterday. The Supreme Court in Pennsylvania, right next door, dual mask mandate in the state of Pennsylvania. You drive 2 miles down the road and ain't wear a mask. And you're up here and it's for our own good. These people have to hear this. They have to hear from every one of you early and often. We really have to do this. So please, I thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
Take position, okay? All right, so if you guys like what's going on here and the fact that we're working to organize people to get engaged with the actual government officials that are elected and to run people in office, please reach out to our group that we're forming. It's called Roar America, okay? Residents organized for the American Republic, okay? Because it's time for us as the citizens of this nation to start standing up. So send a text message to 585-557-9996. That's 585-557-9996. Okay? And then we'll send you some resources on how you can get active, how you can look up who's your representative, and how we can start actually joining together all of the groups that are concerned about what we've got going on. Again, it's 585-557-9996. So shoot that message, check that number, a text message. We're working on organizing so we can become a nonprofit. We're looking for a secretary and a treasurer right now because we really have to start taking our chances and becoming active, because if we don't do it now, nobody's coming to save us. Let me say that again. Nobody is coming to save us. It is up to us to save ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to have one of our local elected officials pop up here real quick. He has a few words to say. Jose, you have something to say? You said you would like to share with the people, right? Wait. I heard you had a cow. Did you cook me some? No? Oh, okay.
Sir, I was running a little late today. I had a half cow come up and they said, hey, I got some half cow ready. You want to grab this and sold back down? I said, hell yeah. Because we know what's going to happen with these meat prices coming up. Yeah, exactly. Jose Pio, I'm a city councilman for the city of Rochester. I can assure you, I appreciate that. I can assure you that not everybody in politics is as insane as it seems, but most of them are. I want to read something from the Bible, Ephesians 6:12, which most of you probably know. But for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yes!
Freedom is godly. Our inalienable rights are what God gave us when we were born. The Constitution tells our elected officials what they can and cannot encroach upon. So we're not fighting for constitutional rights, we're fighting for inalienable rights. The God-given rights that God gave us when we were born.
Yes!
Confusion and chaos is from the devil.
Yes, it
And
is!
it seems as though there is a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos in this world. And God tells you when you feel that on you, because there's a lot of mental health problems right now. And it weighs on you, right? All this fighting weighs on you. Carry around these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flags. Weighs on your shoulders, right? Turn to Him. Turn to your Bible and just read it and get back to that mental health of speaking and having that relationship with your God up above, so that He gives you the peace that passes all understanding.
Amen.
So I wanted to keep my speeches short. I like short speeches. I don't like to speak too much. I like to act, right? I implore you to talk to your representatives individually. It's one thing to come to like the school board and talk to all of them. It's another thing to ask one school board member to coffee and say, I just want to talk to you on a human level. And talk to them in one of two ways, either using still try and fight it. But once you lay it out there and you just ask questions, it's one thing to throw all the facts at them, right? That's all you want to do. Well, these many people died out, this many. It's easy to throw facts at them. Ask them, what are the numbers? Tell me what you're basing this off of. Ask them where they're getting their information from. And then provide them the information that comes from the CDC. Because they're not actually going through those numbers. They're just getting the information thrown at them and saying we need to mandate more masks. And the city is about to start paying employees $200 to get the vaccine. We are going to pay people to get a free vaccine. Does this make sense to anybody here?
No!
We're about to spend $350,000 on paying employees to get a free vaccine.
Wow.
Could we not use that $350,000 to pay for their gym membership?
Yeah!
For their supplements? Maybe get some vitamin C, D, and some zinc in their life?
Yeah!
Because God knows we don't get enough freaking natural sunlight here.
Oh,
we need
definitely
to
not.
get these people active. Get them out there. Get them in the gym. The number one thing to fight COVID is about having a healthy immune system.
Yeah!
You have a healthy immune system, you got nothing. Statistically speaking, you have nothing to worry about. And our children have absolutely nothing to worry about. So keep the fight up. I love seeing all this. I love seeing everybody come together. They keep telling me, oh, you're deciding with the white supremacist Republicans. And I'm sitting here saying, there's plenty of people of color out here who are not white supremacists.
Yeah.
We are all, I see libertarians, I see Democrats, I see Republicans. It doesn't even matter. We are united against the forces of evil that are encroaching upon our daily lives. Keep up the fight, keep strong, and God bless America.
All right, you guys. So we are here today to unite because we know that this is not just affecting one party or one group of people. This is affecting all of us, we the people. Okay? That's why we're here today. And after this is done, we have to continue the work. We have to continue to unite with our friends, our neighbors, like-minded individuals, whether or not that you think that somebody may agree with you, but you're not quite sure. You need to find out. There's a lot of people who aren't willing to speak up because they don't hear anybody else speaking up. Sometimes you have to be that voice to encourage somebody else to actually stand up and speak up. Okay? So, this is an event that's about unity because we need more unity. That's right. Not just in the city, across the state, and across our whole nation. Because they are trying to divide us at every single different point. Intersectionality didn't come up by mistake, you guys. Okay? It's just more ways to divide us. They started with race. Then now they want to do gender. Then they want to do sexual preference. Then they want to do this. Whether you're blonde hair, whether you got red hair. They don't care. They'll come up with any excuse to separate us and segment us. Right now what we're experiencing is class warfare. Class warfare. If you are not in the upper class, if you are not in the elite, they are coming for you and your freedoms.
Yep.
It's time for us to unite and stand together as Americans and say that we will not have our liberties and freedoms infringed upon.
Yeah.
Now, the Spirit has brought us all together and has compelled this lovely young lady to share something very quickly. We'll give her a couple minutes. Should we give her a couple minutes?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. This is my first time ever speaking, but I was guided by Spirit, and
Oh, she be at Just Juice.
should be shy. This is not the time to cower. This is the time to stand up and rise. Thank you, and bear with me. I want to invite everybody to tune into their hearts and just take a deep breath with me so I can speak from Spirit. So we can all take a deep breath in.
Yeah, that's her. She's dope.
I want to thank everybody that is here. I want to thank all the organizers. organizers, all the speakers, because I can often think to myself, out of everywhere on this planet, we are here right now together. And there is great purpose in that. There's great purpose in our lives, in our purpose, in our humanity, and we didn't come here to get this far. We came here to rise, we came here to unite, we came here to shine the light. So with that, I thank you with all my heart, because what I do and what we all do is not just for now, it's for the generations to come. And there's a tone, there's different tones, there's different vibrations, and the one that I know that is connected to my heart is Yah.
Yeah.
Yah. You know? So often our gatherings will speak that. So if I can invite everyone to close their eyes for a minute, connect to their hearts, connect to the ethers, to the stars, and to connect to Mother Earth, to Mother Gaia, and bring the frequency into our hearts. And if we can, 3 times.
There's only one God.
And the forces seen and unseen, because they are supporting us and guiding us.
Only way, the truth, and life. Hallelujah. Thank you.
We are powerful. We are here. We have a voice. We have love.
Lord,
We are love.
thank you, Jesus.
And our vibration matters. Our frequency matters. Taking care of ourselves and our children and knowing our power matters.
Jesus.
Jesus is the way. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord.
Jesus.
They won't be so afraid of us.
Thank you,
And
Jesus.
God is so powerful.
Yes.
Totally out of
So thank
context.
you, brothers and sisters, with all my heart.
Amen. We're not going to stand anyway, so. Okay, we're here in one.
I will do everything that I can, Lord. I will do my best.
Boy, do I gotta chime in on that one.
Way, the truth, and the light.
Is it about love, right? That's so different.
Love.
That's right.
So if I
There's
can
one
invite
God.
you all,
And in your Bible alone, he has 500 different names.
just connect to your hearts, to connect to each other, to connect to everyone on this planet, through our hearts.
We're all here for the same
With
purpose.
3 loud God. Let's do it. Are you with me?
No.
With yourself. Do you know your sovereignty? Do you know who you are?
Yep.
Preacher of God.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. I don't know if you can feel it, but I can feel it. Ready? You're sovereign. Amen. One more. Yes? Can we feel it? One more.
That's why it's raining, because that's the real energy. Playing to it then.
Silent, y'all.
Yeah. It's that real energy. They don't know about that. If they did, Jesus would have been came back.
So this is about unity, and as we know, our Lord and Savior wants us to respect everyone.
That's right.
Okay? That's what his teachings were.
That's right. Not to be disrespectful.
We don't have to agree, and we don't have to participate, but we have to respect.
That's right.
Okay? And on top of that, he taught that we're supposed to promote fellowship. Okay?
That's right.
That's why we are here. Okay? And if you think that it's just going to be us in this fight for our freedoms and liberties by ourselves, it will not be, and we will not accomplish it alone. So we need everybody of all beliefs, backgrounds, and even non-believers to stand up. As long as they believe in our Constitution, in which the Lord is engraved, okay, and that they believe that the rights, liberties, and freedoms that were given to us, okay, are important. They are standing with us, and we should not disparage them. Thank you. So, brother, slide up here real quick. And we're gonna get ready to wrap up after this. The little rain is coming up right on time as we're getting ready to close here. So, the Lord has really, really blessed us.
How y'all doing today?
Oh, he about to drop a
This
freestyle.
about to get real quick. I'm representing the inner city. And at first I was like, this rally was it was rallying me up, right? Because I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I got twin daughters, 10 years old. One of them caught COVID. So, when I sit here on Facebook, I sit here and look at what it says on Facebook, and we're trying to protect our children, this didn't sit right with me. Because y'all don't know how it feels to have a 10-year-old child being quarantined in her room and being sitting in the hospital, not knowing what's going to happen. Now, one thing about it is, y'all see I'm up here with no mask on. Yeah, because I don't believe in masks. Okay? I can't breathe. Plus, it messes up my bon choix. You know what I'm saying? But what I do love about this is y'all need to see, y'all need to understand that it's about some unity, because in the inner city, when it comes, what did my man say that this costs $200, they're gonna pay us $200 to get vaccinated. Let me tell you something, we're going to get that $200. Why? Because we need it. You know what I'm saying? We do. But it kind of goes against the principles of why we're here. But then again, at the same time, it doesn't go against the principle, because I don't see a lot of blacks here. I don't see a lot of inner city here. I'm here though, and I speak for us. We need every single last one of y'all. Just like every single last one of y'all need us. We've been fighting for inequalities in the inner city for a very, very long time. And the only time, when you go through history, anytime a black person made it somewhere, or even through the Underground Railroad, we had help from white people. It was white people that helped us. And it was also us that helped them. You see what I'm saying? Together. Now, all this snatching people out their homes, nah. That's the wrong thing, because in the inner city, we got guns. No, let's keep it dead 100. We got guns. You try to snatch us out, we're going to fight for it. You know what I'm saying? But just like my man Jose still next door to me. I also got a white boy named John that's still next door to me too. He going through the same stuff that we all going through. So when it comes to all these politicians, I call them politricans, because all they do is they trick it for their money. You know what I'm saying? But together, can't nobody stop us. You feel that? Can't nobody stop us. But let's do some history right quick. I've been walking with God ever since I was 14 years old. My mom kicked me out of the house when I was 14 years old, and I never knew my father. The only father that I know is the man upstairs. That's my man. That's my man. But he sent plagues. He sent plagues to wipe out civilizations that wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing.
Santa Claus on the moon.
But just like those plagues that were sent here to all the civilizations, there was no unity. The only civilizations that actually stayed abroad and move forward are the civilizations that stand together.
That's right.
So what I want everybody to do before I get off these 3 damn steps, I want y'all to put your hands up in the air. That's a whole fact. I mean, everybody, I'm watching y'all. I can see y'all. I got high elevation. I can see people doing it. That represents unity. And that's why we're here. So let's not forget, let's not lose focus to why we are here. And I want to thank every single last one of y'all for coming out here and listening to each and every one of us, and let's stay together. Amen.
All right, you guys, thank you for coming out. together, all backgrounds, all genders, however you identify, whatever you believe in. The Lord stands for unity, and so does our Constitution. That's why we're here today. And that's why I believe in all of you that have come out. Now, when you leave from this place, I want you to go out and I want you to preach, okay? I want you to preach that we got to get active, okay? We got to get active, and you got to tell everybody that they need to take participation in the election that's upcoming serious, that they need to take participation in their local town council serious, that they need to take their city council, the mayorship, their town supervisor, wherever they are, especially the daggone school board. Don't get me started, I'll be up here for an hour, okay? And hold them accountable for the stuff that they've got going on and what they're doing. Not only are they ruining our nation, they're ruining our future, and they're stealing our future from us. It's time for us to stand up and unite as we, the people. I wanted to remind you guys that you can reach out to, if you guys text, and this is a new phone number, you guys, so you gotta bear with me, I'm sorry, y'all. If you text 585, what's his name? 585-557-9996. That's 585-557-9996. I'll shoot you guys out some resources on how you can actually reach out, find out who your legislator is, find out how you can contact them, find out where you can look up bills and other different resources. So again, that number is 585-557-9996, 585-557-9996. So I'm working on starting a non-for-profit, and it's called Roar America, so we can start uniting all of the groups together, because we need to start supporting each other. At everybody's event, we need to have people showing up. If it's for the schools, we need to be showing up. If it's for medical freedom, we need to be showing up. Okay, if it's for liberty or constitutional rights, we need to be showing up. If it's for the Second Amendment, we need to be showing up. Okay? We need to show up for everybody the way we would want them to show up to us. I know everybody can't get out every time to everywhere that they want to, when they want to, but if you can make it, go. Okay? If you can make it, go. What is it? June 5th, right? When's the thing in Albany? January 5th. Oh, I'm going way in the future. January 5th, okay, there's going to be a rally in Albany, and everybody that can make it, you need to be there. Like they said, we're trying to work on gathering people together so that we can road trip out there, get buses, carpool, whatever we need to do to be down there to show support. That is the seat of power in our state. Albany is our capital. We need to go there and have our voices be heard by the elected representatives. Now let me say that again, representatives. They are supposed to represent you, me, and everybody else here, and we know that they are not representing us, they are representing themselves. That's why it's important to start standing up. That's why we have to get out. That's why we have to fellowship. And that's why we have to let everybody know that we, the people, will not comply. All right. You guys, thank you all for coming out. Remember, stand up. Oh, wait, what we got going on? We got something? You want to listen, God Bless America? I don't think anybody knows. I think they know God Bless America, that's about it. I think it's like and the Rockets red list.
No, seriously.
I definitely don't know.
And I don't like those type of songs because they have
We've
more
had a
verses
special
to them
request
that they
for
don't
God
sing.
Bless America before we take off. How does everybody feel about that? That sounds good? All right. They're about to get me on America's Got Talent or something.
Y'all still cold? Y'all still cold?
No, it's windy. Like really.
Technical difficulties. Yeah, it's got to read
Man, old school.
Innocent.
I know.
Look at her little pictures.
We're trying to network with people around. Come to these.
Yeah, so these,
Yeah,
we actually live in the Southwest, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sure. RPD. Giving the beat.
It doesn't like it. We don't want. It doesn't want to do it for us. Awesome. God bless America. Stay beside her and guide her with light from above. To the oceans, like snow. Now it's working. Thank you all for coming out today. Please fellowship with other people, get their information, contact, unite, group up.
They are pretty funny, so
It made it, y'all. It made it. It made it. All right, y'all. I'll be back on later. Peace and love, guys. Love y'all.